Well, hello, friends and soul family. Beautiful rising, good afternoon, and or lovely evening to you wherever you are, depending on the location of your rotation. Thank you for stopping by my channel. This is our daily chakra energy reading, and today is Friday, Good Friday, April 7th of 2023. So, yes, it is Good Friday, the Friday before Easter. So happy Friday to everyone. I hope that you are all doing so very well on this fabulous day and that, yeah, things are going great for you. So, the message that I was getting, I guess like the message that I was getting for today was that my brain has been just like running nonstop. Just like it's just been going and going and going, and like literally all night. Like just thinking, just having just random things come into my mind and go out, come into my mind and go out. And what I got from that, like the message that I received from that was that, like, there are just things within, like, in my head that, or, within all of us that we are filtering through and getting rid of. So, like, what it reminded me of is that, um, like, you know how, like, sometimes you have to, like, sometimes, like, different machines have to, like, filter through, and so, like, they come on every so often to filter through the system, and then they turn off for, like, a little while. That's kind of how I felt this little process was with like my brain just being on and going and just popping to any and every anything. It really just like was anything, like even where I was like, why am I even thinking about that? But I just allowed it to be there and to flow however it needed to. And yeah, like I feel like there are just some times that we are just like strongly in our heads and not necessarily like for any reason at all other than there are things that just need to filter out for our own highest good. Like there are just some things that just need to get out, and it can happen at any time. Like there are probably just, like if you've ever like had some times where you feel like, gosh, I'm really just like in my head, and my head just keeps thinking about like all these things and jumping to every like different subject and whatever, and like why? It's just, you just got to allow it. You just got to allow it to happen because it's just kind of like a system update. Is what I'm feeling like. It just is just coming to filter itself through and to just leave. So allow whatever it is that is filtering through your head to filter. Don't hold on to anything. Don't, go deeper into anything. Allow it to be and allow it to just go. So, yeah, don't keep anything there. Just allow it to show its face so that it can move on. And so, yeah, that's what I was feeling a lot of, just like from yesterday to today. And so, yeah. So, here's our energy for today. And it is card number 80 from the secondary chakra, yin. Our yin energy is coming through for us today. There's the healing symbol. I make friends with my inner beloved. I make friends with my inner beloved. What is this? focus. See, the my tablet is doing the exact same thing that my brain is doing. It was not focusing. But so yeah, I make friends with my inner beloved. And this is yin energy, which is our feminine energy, which I feel like is tied to the moon. And so I'm excited to read what this one says because I feel like, so what I feel like from this is that within all of us, we all have a version of ourselves that we are in love with. We all have a version of ourselves that that we are just absolutely in love with. That is ourself. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, I want to say that is a separate part of us, but it's not. It's just us being so deeply in love with a part of ourselves that we realize like we don't need anything outside of ourselves. And so if we are making friends with that part that we love so deeply, then we allow ourselves to fall in love with that most beautiful, smart, whatever part of ourselves that we all have within us. So, yeah, let's read the description though. So, and this is a 7. So we're on page 142, which adds up to a 7. So we have 7 and 8 here. So, yeah, so that might mean something. Lucky number 7. 7 is the year of 2023. And 8 is the year, well, no, 8 is the number of what I feel like the infinity of what goes around comes around, and 8s are also abundance numbers. So, yeah, so I make friends with my inner beloved, meaning, yes, just like every other human being, you also have an inner beloved within you. This is the tantric part that is sensual, seductive, graceful, sexy, cuddly, like lavishes, la, yeah, last, last, never mind. Lash, I, I'm, the more that I try to say it, the more it won't come out. But yeah, lascivious, yeah, disreputable, and fully aware of its mature sexuality. This part of you is absolutely pure and good. Don't expect don't ex, don't expect it to share any holier than thou concepts of values that you may have on the topic. This part is primal and natural. Awaken it and enjoy living it out in a loving way. And don't let any inhibited small time spiritual people convince that this is a sin. Look at the world of nature. Be aware of yourself and others. If God were opposed to pleasure, sensuality and orgasm, then we would have been built in a different way and the entire act of reproduction would be rather boring and uncultured. And human beings would have died out long ago if that were the case. Start taking care of your inner beloved by integrating all types of sensual experiences into your life and thinking more about pleasurable, spontaneous, and uninhibited sexuality. Then find ways to meaningfully include all of this in your life. Healing stone, carnelian, and marcasite, fragrance essence, palmarosa, and Bach flower is elm and vine together. So we are being guided to find that very primal part of us, that divine, that feminine energy or that masculine energy, whatever it is that you most connect with, find the very primal root part of that part of yourself and allow it to flow, allow it to come into your being, allow yourself to express that part. um, and it's funny that, like with my brain going nonstop, this was one of the things that like actually came up, and like I literally had like was thinking about like primal parts of like the human, like the primal parts of like men and like women separately, and if we were to get just like to that and like let go of egos, then I feel like the harmony that would come between us would be so natural and beautiful that we would just take the world like to a whole different level, because it would just be pure and loving and non-judging, So, yeah. So, I make friends with my inner beloved. That is that's the message that we're being guided to experience and to express today is, finding that primal part of ourselves and allowing it to flow. What does that primal part of you look like? What does it feel like? What does it walk like? What does it talk like? How does it interact with others? So, yeah, I feel that with that, we're being guided to step into that. So, it's a good thing it's right before the weekend. You can practice this today and over the weekend or however you feel. But yeah, make friends with your inner beloved. So that is the message for this Good Friday. I hope that you all found something that you resonated with. And if you did, then please feel free to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below if you so choose. All of those things help this channel to reach out to a larger audience, and I would appreciate it. So thank you very much for being here. I love you. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one.